We're back with another episode. We're back with another episode of Brit Said. And how you guys doing this week? Well, it's Monday, start of the week. I hope you guys had a good weekend. I had a pretty good weekend. My friends came over. I cooked some food. We played some games. I had a good weekend. Definitely. Got some sleep, watched some TV, some drinks. Speaking of TV, I am so here for all these black television shows coming on Netflix. Like, it's so nostalgic and it's just like a good time killer. Like, it literally makes the days go faster. A lot of these like black shows have so many seasons, like 8 seasons, 7 seasons, and by the time you finish watching the whole season, the day is over, honey, or even half the season. Like, I know girlfriends, they got like 21 episodes in one season, child. And you know what I love too? Let me not make this like a TV show podcast episode, but you know what I love so much as well about TV in the 90s. What would we consider that? Like, 90s, 2000s. That it was so simplistic. And when I say that, like, I like TV in general. I don't really care. Like, for instance, like with Sister, like I haven't even finished the Sister, like the whole series. But like with Sister, like in the beginning, like in the late 90s, the way they would do episodes, each episode had a theme. You get what I'm saying? Like, each episode, like the show wasn't based off of a plot. Like, you know how like now we watch TV, this episode leads into this episode and this episode and this episode and this episode. Like, they all travel into each other. Like, I felt like back in the 90s, the shows just had a theme. Like, this episode today, Tamara is gonna meet her first boy crush, and then the next episode she's gonna get her driver's license, and then the next episode, like, the shows are so plot driven. And I love a plot driven show because it gets me grabbed in, and I get that's why they do that, so that they can keep the viewership up, right? If you leave me on a cliffhanger, I'm going to want to come back next week and watch the show. But I just love that simplicity. Like, when I was watching Sister, and even with Girlfriends, at one point it was like that too. The show wasn't cohesive. It was just, this episode, this is going to happen. This episode, this is going to happen. I just thought it was so cute. And also, even after it became more plot driven, like these black shows became more plot driven, it was still simplistic. Like, that's what I really love, Like, I feel like, I watch Power. Power is well written. I love to see, that's why I like a well written show. I think that show is extremely well written. It keeps not getting Emmy nods because, it's affiliated with 50 Cent, and I think because he's crazy. And I think it's a little racism there too. A little drip, a little racism. But, Power is very well written. It takes a lot of attention and focus. I think, it takes a lot of, like, attention and focus and, like, oh my God, is this gonna happen? This gonna happen? This gonna happen? And even, like, Insecure. No shade to Insecure, because I love Insecure. You hear me? Love Insecure HBO. But even, like, sometimes on Insecure, keep it a fucking buck. It's certain episodes, and I think maybe because they got 30 minutes, but still, some episodes, I don't know what the fuck that episode meant. Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like, I feel like that show, like, Insecure is such a creatively driven show. Like, not creative, it is creative, but like, I feel like they also pay attention to the aesthetics of the show and how it looks and the scoring and the music and the, like, everything. Y'all get what I'm saying? Like, especially this season, they really wasn't fucking around with the creative control. Like, I remember they was doing the blue and the red thing, and they was playing with colors in each scene and the way scenes looked, and everything was so artistic this season. The last season that had just passed, or whatever the case may be. But I'll be honest, it's sometimes I watch an episode of Insecure and I have to watch it 2 more times because the show is so, I feel like I'll watch an episode and be like, I feel like this episode had meaning and I don't know what the meaning of it is. Like, I'm telling you, like, I could be honest and say that. Like, And sometimes I don't want to do that. You know, it's good though. I like a good, you know, brain cruncher. But I also love a good simplicity. Like, you feel me? Like, I've been watching Girlfriends. I never really watched Girlfriends. My mother would watch it. So I would, like, be there, but I wasn't, like, fully paying attention. And so sometimes I remember, like, little things of the show. But I just feel like the simplicity of the show is so beautiful. Like, it's good to just watch simplistic ass TV. And that's not no disrespect to the writing. The writing is amazing. Like, dead ass. Like, I'll be like, oh my God, this is so funny. Like, all the jokes that Tony says or stuff like that. Or even on, you know, like Sister, you know. Even, I watch on Disney Plus Proud Family. And I'm like, wow, this show touched on so many topics. Like, racism and just so many topics that I'm like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I was watching Smart Guy. I'm a black TV connoisseur at this point, honey. One of the shows that's out today, I think Blackish, is not plot driven. It's very, each episode has a meaning, and I think that's probably why I like that show. But yeah, I was just thinking that, like, I could just sit down, watch the show, pay attention, and I know what happened, what's going on, and what we doing. But yeah, this is not a what is it? TV podcast. I definitely could talk about black TV all day. Definitely. You never know. Maybe next season. But yes, and I'm ready to watch The Parkers. So yeah, good on Netflix. If you don't have a Netflix account, get somebody account, bitch. Buy one. Start watching Girlfriends. Start watching Sister is out now. The Parkers is out. They're gonna have one-on-one, I think half and half or something. I'm ready for the Jamie Foxx show, and I was excited about The Parkers too. But anyway, what are we talking about today? Today, remember last week I was saying how I wanted to lighten the mood, so I'm really gonna lighten it, because today we are talking about the different types of men and how to deal with them. Yes, and don't be alarmed, because next week we will be talking about the different type of women. But yeah, we're gonna lighten the mood. So what brought me to this episode? I feel like, you know, it could be helpful, because I feel like, you know how they say sometimes you check the same guy with just a different pair of shoes on and things like that. And I just think it's funny to talk about and, you know, address. And maybe you may be dating somebody and you may not notice that they have these characteristics and they act this way or they behave this way. Or maybe you do date somebody who acts this way and behaves this way. You love them to death, and that's fine, and you want to relate. This episode, we do not have an Expand Your Mind, because basically I'm going to just spew out different types of men and, you know, tell you how to deal with them, bitch. Alright, so the first guy, which is pissing me off, I don't know why I made this the first guy, is the gangster. Bitch. First of all, if you my age, I think from the only time you could think a thug, a gangster, is from age 18 to 22. I was gonna say when you're young, but I'm not trying to advocate that on this podcast episode. But that's some young girl shit, that ass. Just dating a thug, dating a gangster. If you a gangster and you watching, I'm sorry. I have to be honest with the viewership. Like, y'all should not be dating no motherfucking gangster bitch after the age of 22. Like, it's like, you have to stop. Are you ready to ride or die? Are you ready to get arrested, bitch? You're going to jail if you're dating a gangster. You're going to fucking jail. I just feel like, what I like about, like, a gangster dude, I feel like they mad motivational. Because I dated somebody who was, like, hood gangster. And I just feel like when I would come to him and complain about stuff, he would just ramp me up. Like, them bitches hating on you at your job. Don't let these bitches get you tight at your job. They hating on you. They intimidated by you. Like, yes, they're intimidated by me. They're jealous of me. They're jealous. They be dead mad motivational, because you know how hood people, they live off the streets. They don't give a fuck about anything else. And with the streets, you have to be motivated. You have to be determined. And I just feel like they just have this certain like type of energy. Like, to be hood and be gangster, you really do need to have, I would feel, a lot of, what's the word? And it's such a simplistic word too. Confidence. Because at the end of the day, you gotta seem tough. Unless niggas going, you know, violate you, treat you like you a punk. And they gonna beat you up. So they have so much confidence, and so sometimes some of them are so fearless that they're there to help you. They could build you up. They can help you feel a little more confident because they don't understand certain things. And you know, like if I was to bring up something like somebody said this and did this today to me, you should have punched that motherfucker. And I'm just like, yes. I should have. I love that. Like, because you know that somebody who is not a thug or gangster, if you go tell your friends some shit that happened at work, they might say, some of your friends might say you should have punched that bitch in her face. But they don't mean it with sincerity. They're not saying it with sincerity. They're saying it with a little humor and upsetness for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I love about a thug or a gangster. You know, that's one of the pros. Definitely a con is, bitch, you can get arrested, you can get fucking shot. It's bitches that get shot every day by accident because they fucking with some thug nigga. All gangsters good. I hear mixed reviews, like, with the gangsters in bed. Like, I hear, like, some of them good, some of them bad. Like, they just be, like, you know, on they rabbit shit. Like, they got bigger issues to deal with. Like, real talk. So, I can't really speak on that. And I won't. I think one of the cons, definitely the con, is that they're hood. You know what they say with gangsters is like it's only two ways out: in jail or dead. And that's you living on a crazy edge. You living on the edge, bitch. Like, you just dating somebody who on the edge. Like, y'all can go outside and some shit might pop off. Like, you living on the edge. You checking your shoulder. Like, like I used to feel like that. Like, ooh. Or like, it's just like, like, what's gonna happen when we step outside? You feel protected though, too, because I know, like, if you out or you know something happened, you feel like you could call him and maybe he might beat somebody ass for you or whatever. Like, you feel protected when you with him, but you also feel scared when you with him because you feel like this motherfucker gangster, anything could pop off, but this motherfucker gangster and he ain't gonna let shit happen to me. It's like a two different type of spectrum. But I mean, for me, you know, sorry gangsters, sorry thugs, I don't recommend dating no motherfucker like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gotta get it together, gangsters and thugs. We can't do that. And you know, a lot of times they don't have a true ambition. They believe they have an ambition, like, but running in the streets is not a good, steady life to live. And we know that. And you know that's true. Like, it's really not the life that you want to live. Like, it's not a healthy life. So it is what it is. Love you gangsters and thugs, you know, but I gotta keep it 100. You feel me? The next type of dude is the super friendly. Now, when I say super friendly, all right, some of y'all like, he's not friendly, he's flirty. I mean that dude that you dating and he always just like, relax, my nigga, like, relax. I remember I was talking to somebody like that and he was just always being friendly. Like, stop. Like, bring it down a bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, those people who, like, they so personable. So when they get around other people, but with girls, I can't speak. Well, we'll talk about that next week. With girls, when your man is super friendly, the girl thinks that he's flirting. You get what I'm saying? Like, he's flirting with you. Like, no, my nigga's just friendly and I'm trying to fix that every day. You get what I'm saying? Like, he just always goofing around, playing around, always want to talk, always want to chat. He is very social. But you need to bring it down. Because girls be doing that like, oh yeah, I saw like Tyrone the other day and you know, like he was just talking to me and like he's mad funny, like Like, stop. You're being mad friendly. Like, you're mad extra. You're mad social. Like, stop, relax. Like, I understand that. Like, me, I'm very social, but I have my boundaries. Like, when I get around people, it's some dudes don't understand boundaries when they're friendly and they're chatty and they like to talk and they like to have conversation. They deadass don't understand it at all. Like, they don't have a real concept of calming down. So I don't know if you ever did like the super friendly dude, the dude that's mad social, like he could just talk, or they feel like when they're somewhere they have to be respectful. Of course you have to be respectful. I don't like how I'm saying that, but they have to be not only respectful but make that person feel comfortable in a sense, so they feel like, okay, let's say, I don't freaking know, you go somewhere and you like, this is my aunt. Not saying I'm mad if they get super funny with my aunt. Some girls is like that. Like, I don't want you funny with my aunt, my mom, my cousin, my grandma, because I feel like you want to try to date them. That's a crazy person. Let's say, you know, they just meet your aunt. They want to make her feel comfortable, so they're being mad chatty, mad extra. And then there's some dudes who's really dead not like that. They're just like, hey, hi, my name is da 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 da. You know, yeah, This is the type of dude that he gonna be like, hey, hi, I'm feeling your shirt. And she be like, oh, thank you. I got this from Macy's. Macy's is where it's at. They be having the deals. They be having the coupons. All right, Macy's auntie. Like, you know what I'm talking about. Like, they just be dragging it, like, to the fullest extent. Like, and then they be having conversations with them. But they be doing that shit with your friends. They be doing that shit with people outside. Like, me personally, I can't do the super friendly. I can't. Like, I am a Scorpio. Scorpios are known for having a jealous trait. I have traits of jealousy. I will admit to that openly. So I'm not interested in no super friendly motherfucker. Like, if you want to be extra funny, bitch, go get a fucking friend. And it ain't me. Next, nigga, next. The liar. And then I put in parentheses, he's in a relationship. That's not necessarily true. Okay? Because you can be, I feel like you could be a liar and not even be in a relationship. You could just be the type that just be going on dates. Like, because you could be single. And let's say you single and you dating me. Like, well, not single. I take that back. Let's say you're in a relationship with me. Right? But you still going on dates with other girls. You're not having sex with them. You're just going on dates and canoodling with other bitches. Type shit. So, to me, that's being a liar if you're not telling me about it. So, liars, that's a... Are there any pros to dating a motherfucking liar? You know, this is a toxic pro. The toxic pro of dating a liar is that he cares about you so much he doesn't want to hurt you even though he's hurting you. And when I say a lie, I mean the liars that be lying. Like, they will lie just so you can have a smile on your motherfucking face and you leave them alone and you stop arguing. And that's a toxic pro. Okay? We don't like liars. We like motherfuckers that keep it real. But they just don't like to upset people. They don't like to upset you. You they main or whatever. Or you may not be they main. They don't want to upset you. They want to keep a smile on your face. They lie, bitch, till the fucking meat fall off the bones, bitch. They are a liar. A liar. Like, I think it's a toxic pro that they really just... It's a beauty in... And this is toxic, but it's a beauty in not wanting to upset people. Let's be honest. Like, it's a beauty in... Because you could real life be in a relationship with somebody, right? And be cheating and be doing shit you're not supposed to be doing and doing fuck shit and being mad sloppy with it and keeping it 100 with your partner, like, or getting caught up. When I say a lie, it's the type of person that get caught up and be like, that's not even my girl, you sound dumb type. That type of liar that just keep going and going and going. It's a type of beauty in somebody who's just like, nah, I'm not gonna hurt her feelings today. And then there's some people that just be like, yeah, I fucked up, I'm bugging with her, looking mad dumb. So it's just like, you gotta be honest. As toxic as it is, it's the beauty in somebody who would just really be like, I'ma just lie this shit to the bone because I love this girl and I just love them. I don't want no smoke. I just want us to have a happy home, even though I'm out doing dumb shit. Like I said, it's a toxic pro. And it's something in that spirit of that person that speaks volumes. I sound like I might be a liar, and I promise you I'm not the liar type. Because this sounds like some shit a toxic motherfucker would really say. But it's true, but it's toxic. And it's a thing. You know, it's a beauty in that. In some ways, I feel like. It really is a true beauty in just being able to be like, you know, I'm going out with my homeboys when you really going out with the next bitch. Because, keep it 100, some niggas don't have to do that. They might not even give you a fake story. Okay, some niggas be like, I'm going out. He gonna lie. He gonna be like, I'm going to my friend's house. Some shit happened and he need me to fix his car. Like, yes, make a story. Go in depth. Do you make your initiative to be a lying ass, sheen ass motherfucker? Yes. Beautiful. Like, you gotta respect that. Like, you have to. Toxically. It's not right. Me personally, I wouldn't date a liar. Who would? When I say a liar, are they the good liars? I feel like men aren't the best liars, let's be honest. You know, I never met a girl that met a good one, you know. You just never know pro in dating a lying ass nigga. Like, a liar, that type of relationship is exhausting. Like, and then you be like, and then you know you get mad, like, then keep it a buck with me. Just say you cheating. And they just be like, but I'm not. They're sick. They're crazy. We're not dealing with that. Dunzo. Oh my motherfucking God. Child, this next guy though, we've met him because there are a lot of them, unfortunately. The motherfucking broke guy, the broke bitch. That was my first episode talking about not taking care of men on Brit Says, the podcast. Okay? That was what my first episode was about. Broke men, you know, America is hard. America is a scary place. And you still have to get a job. And broke men, I heard, they're good, you know, they have good penis. That's what the streets is saying. Like, the streets say that. Like, broke niggas, they be broke and just giving it up different, you know. So that's definitely a pro. Broke men too, some of them, this is the thing. I feel like with broke guys, they really have like good personalities. They be a good guy. Like, no exaggeration. Their real life only flaw is that they broke and they can't keep a job, and that's a big flaw. That's a big ass flaw, bitch. They have usually exude good personalities, great, not fashionable because they can't afford it, and it's just like, where did you come from? They usually have like 1 to 2, maybe 1 to 5 good outfits. 1 to 5, because that's how they lure you in. They have to look like they have it together, but they don't. And you know, they're giving me liar vibes as well, because bitch, you're putting on nice clothes and you're broke, and I don't like that. But yeah, the broke guy, they're dateable too, because so many girls, like, I have dated a broke nigga. Like, it's just like, wow. After a certain while, like, I feel like, let's, like, I was gonna say like by 40, you shouldn't date a broke guy at all. But you need to know your broke man, because sometimes somebody might be broke, but they're not a broke ass man. Like, they might be the type of dude that's broke in that moment, but they're looking for a job. So we need to know how to differentiate that. Yeah, some people get laid off, some people lose their job, some people quit, some people get fired. But they're looking for a job. They're looking to build themselves. Maybe they're a rapper. Like, let's not sleep on the rappers or whatever. And they want to be basketball players or whatever the fuck they want to do. They're building a business. That's different to me. They're still technically broke, but I'm talking about the broke dude that dead ass be broke. You've been dating this man for 3 years. If you broke for 3 years, three. Like, come on. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying broke because I know some of us like, I'm broke, bitch. I feel like I'm broke, but I ain't broke. You know what I'm saying? Like, broke is really when they never got no motherfucking money. Like, they always penny pinching. Like, they don't got it. They don't got no job. They always losing their job. They be at a job for 3 months, then they quit. Like, that's a broke person. Because some of y'all be ODing. Like, some of y'all rich hostility bitches, like, oh my God, he's broke. And he really has a job. Like, but everybody has, you know, is broke subjective? Is it? It probably is. Being broke is probably subjective because somebody could look at you or me and, you know, maybe not feel like we're broke, right? I feel like if I'm, you know, want to go out to eat and I feel like that's not a smart decision, then I feel like I broke. You know, so maybe being broke is subjective. You know, it's a difference between being broke and being cheap as well. That needs to be differentiated because sometimes people correlate broke with cheap, and I think those are two different things. Me personally, I don't mind a cheap motherfucker. I really don't, because I'm cheap. But even if sometimes I'm a little extra, but I really love a cheap ass person who just saves their coin, who respects the value of money, who could tell you, like, because sometimes you need that, like, why are you buying that shit? Like sometimes you need that because not everything we need or we should buy. But, and that could be a pro of dating maybe a broke person too, right? Because when you dating somebody broke, you know that you got to save up. You got to be careful. You might look at him and be like, I can't end up that way. So that's definitely a pro. Like, you look at your man like, oh, he is so broke. I cannot be like this. I can't end up like this. Like, you could look at him and just be like, ugh. Or you could look at him and you just want to save your money. So a broke person pro is that he can really motivate you into just saving your money, being financially aware, getting a job, getting a promotion. You be looking at his ass and you just like, I can't end up this way. I have to save my money because this nigga he keep asking me for $10. I gotta make sure I got money saved up because he's draining my bank account. Yo, y'all better stop. Y'all better stop. Y'all better stay away from these broke ass niggas because I feel like, like I said, if he broke but he ambitious, he's dateable. Period. That's straight across the board. But if he just broke and he always broke, bitch, do you want to deal with that? Do you want to deal with that? Answer that question. Nobody wants to deal with that. All right, the next guy is, I put the hot guy. That was like, come on now. But basically I'm saying the sexy dude, that dude, the pretty boy, like that nigga that looks dumb good. Every girl wants him. Everybody's on his fucking heels. Look, listen here. I mean, the pro obviously is that he looks good as fuck, and that's just that on that. But I mean, it definitely comes with his cons. Mad girls is on his line. You usually getting into mad drama. You checking his DM, bitches is in his DMs. Now you want to fight every girl in the book. It's just like a lot. It's a lot. They usually messy too. They don't really know what they want to do. They don't know if they want to settle down. A lot of these pretty boys too, low key, high key, they be having like mad insecurities. Keep it a buck. Like the ones that be like, that's like overly sexy. they're always so insecure and so extra. And like, I don't like, no, and sometimes the overly sexy ones too, they have money problems in a way where they spend too much, unlike the broke guy. He's not spending anything. The sexy guy, he has to keep up with his appearance. He's going to the gym. He's buying expensive sneakers. He's buying expensive clothes. He's constantly getting a haircut. Like, he's more high maintenance than me. And it's just like, stop. Bring it down. Who are you showing out for? For me? Thank you. But I mean, I feel like that would probably be like the only con, is just like mad girls be on his heels. You start getting insecure because you know, like, damn, when he leaves the street, some girl's gonna want to look at him. Some girl's gonna be flirting with him, and when I'm not around him, it's just like, I feel like he's cheating on me, or he's just got another girl number. You know, it's so many beautiful people out here that why would he stay with me? You start getting super duper insecure, and just like, it just fucks with your head like all freaking day, like all day. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think. That's why I don't really like, and some of them, they're not really good conversationists. They're so focused on their looks, they don't even watch TV like that. They can't get into politics because they're trying to figure out what's the latest fashions. Like, they're trying to figure out what's the new nutritional diet that I can take to maintain my body. Like, they don't really have dope personalities sometimes, like the overly sexy guy. Sometimes you can meet a guy, but they don't know that they mad sexy. You ever met those guys that look mad good and they don't know it, so they be mad funny, they be mad cool because they don't really take themselves too seriously? I'm not talking about one of those, but a lot of times they don't really got that much personality. They just look good. Sometimes they should be small. I'm just keeping it a bug. Sometimes niggas be overcompensating with their looks for other things, other areas. I don't know. I just feel like the sexy guy, he doesn't give much trouble. He just gives a lot of anxiety. He could be dateable. It's up to you. Like, maybe if you feel like you are overly high maintenance, sexy ass bitch, you could date an overly high maintenance, sexy ass dude. But two overly sexy ass, high maintenance ass people, that sound ridiculous and redundant. And I don't know. If that's what y'all into, bitch, I don't know. I mean, it's nothing really wrong with the hot guy, but like, you could get you a medium and have more, you know, just coming your way with personality and stuff for the most part. And obviously, looks are subjective. Somebody could look at this person and think they're like, ugh. And then you can look at this person and think they're like, ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like, we all view everybody differently. Oh my God. The super emotional. Even though I was talking about emotionalist people top of the season, but it's some guys that are so emotional and so they just show it all. They'll cry in front of you, like, you didn't even know them that long, and they're just emotional. Like, I'm just trying to think, like, what's a pro? A pro in dating an emotional person is that they're in tune with their emotions. I think it's beautiful to be in tune with your emotions, especially be a dude. But sometimes I feel like when men, they be dragging it, like, when they emotional. Well, women dragging when we get emotional, right? Technically. It depends with me. Like, if you dragging it, because it's dudes that really just, they just off the Richter, like, that's super emotional. They just start crying. They're very loud and rambunctious. When y'all get into argument, like, they be punching holes in the wall and shit. Like, stop. Like, for real. Like, stop. Like, you doing the most. Like, we just arguing. Like, I say, we're just arguing and you're punching the wall. And you're getting upset. Like, you know those men, they come home like, they disrespected me. Ah! Like, stop. You're being a lot. You're being a lot. Like, you need help. You need therapy. It's good to be in touch with your emotions, like we talked about top of the season. if you're super emotional, like I said, you constantly doing that shit, that's toxic. I feel like, I don't know. I mean, technically, if you can handle somebody being emotional, because some people like I don't do people like that. Like, they're just so in touch. Like, if you punch holes in my fucking wall and I gotta get it fixed, like, I'm not interested in that. And just the crying and all this, those could low-key be considered as temper tantrums. I mean, because I'm thinking, like, it's nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. How y'all feel about that? I don't know. Because I feel like if he's just emotional, but he's not being overly emotional with you, like putting his hands on you or just, you know, it's technically, there's nothing wrong with that. Some people express their emotions differently. But I think sometimes you could be a bit overzealous. I think sometimes you could really, it could be too much. It could be overbearing. Is it breakup or boo though? Like, I need to break up with you? I don't know. I never dated somebody like that. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if somebody who's really super emotional, you should break up with that person. Am I toxic? I don't know. I don't even want to put that man up on this list. Okay. Oh, God. The money team guy. He gets money. Period. We're done talking about broke niggas. We're done talking about emotional niggas. We're done talking about lies. We're talking about the money team niggas. Boom. We're talking about the motherfuckers. And when I say money team, I mean money. Basically, your rich dudes, the dudes that's flying you out, the dudes that these Instagram hoes is getting. You feel me? Oh boy. The thing with the money team dudes, the dudes who really get money and they have money, is to get money for the most part, especially if you're, you know, younger, you can't give me but so much time. A lot of the times, dudes with money, they just give you money. They can't give you time. They can't help you with your emotions. They can't give you everything else. All they could do is throw Birkin bags at you and Louboutins and just clothes and Fendi and Chanel. And it's just like, are these material things filling the spot of love for me? And it might not. Like, he might only take you out on a date once a month because he's just busy making money. He doesn't have that type of time. You know, you may start having kids with him and he's not there for the kids that much because he's focusing on his business. He's getting money. You know what I'm saying? And that's up to you. I know for me personally, I want somebody that could be around me often. But I do know how it feels to have somebody who works a lot to, you know, make sure the house is good, make sure there's food in the fridge, make sure that I look good, and things like that. So, money team niggas, I don't know. They're usually cool. They have a tendency to cheat. So I've heard in the streets. And that's why, you know, they feel they could do it because, and the thing is, money could to them solidify you, like hold you back. Which is true, right? If you know, put all your reliance into a guy with money, now he pays all the bills. He's providing food, putting clothes. He's basically your source of income. He feels like he could do whatever he wants. He could go out and cheat. He knows you're not going to leave because you can't leave because you don't have a job. And you can't live the way you want to live without him. Technically, you and your kids, or just you alone. So the money guy, he sometimes uses the money and the material things to keep you lured in, vice versa, just using love and respect and just everything of him to keep you in. He's using money. So that could be a downfall of the money team guy. Yeah, we love money, we love material things, but what do we love more? Do you want love or do you want material things? Material things, you can't take that shit with you to the grave at the end of the day. It's up to you. What do you prefer more? You know, money team guy is dope. It's good. You know, if you into, you know, looks and appearances and social media, You know, you good. You ain't got to worry about money. Because I ain't going to front. Worrying about money can be a lot. Worrying about money is a lot. It really could be a lot. So, I don't know. It's a lot of pros and cons. Money is a big pro. You can't front. Money don't grow on trees. So, needing money is a big thing. But money isn't equivalent to happiness. But it's important. You know, ain't shit in life free. So, some people may look at that. That's pretty much a big pro for a guy to have. But then his cons, he has to maintain that money and keep that money in. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot to think about. But I definitely named some pros and cons with the money team guy. Mixy guy, stays at all the events, stays in the loop. Child. I can't date nobody that's fucking mixy. Period. Like, I could be friends with a mixy guy, but to date one, absolutely not. I feel like they just too much in the scene. They got mad friends, girls and guys. Mad people always hitting their line. Like, ugh, like I can't keep up. Like, ugh. Date somebody mixy, he be at all the parties, all the events. He like a party promoter bitch. Like, it's weird. And then you don't know who's his friend and who's trying to fuck him. It's a lot to date somebody who's mixy. Mixy guys really even, I feel like they're rarely ever in a relationship. Like, I feel like a mixy dude, when they get into a relationship, they're done being mixy type shit. Like, they're like, I'm done with this lifestyle. I found me a girlfriend. Like I feel like mixy dudes stay single. Like, you really meet a mixy dude that has a girlfriend. Or shit, he probably a cheater. Who knows? I don't know. But you rarely, like, they're usually mad mixy and they've been single for dumb long. Then when they get a girlfriend, they finally settle down. Like, they're like, I'm done with this clubbing life. I'm done with this shit. Like, and it be like that. Like, cause you like, I already found my girl. Like, when I'm in the club, I'm mad boy. I want to be with my significant other. Like, but you rarely meet one in a relationship. And I feel like it's mad hard to date somebody mixy. Like, you gotta be built for that. I feel like maybe you gotta be mixy yourself. That's too much. That's too much friends. Too much people. Ugh, please stop. I don't know. That's a weird spectrum. I mean, pros, he's just mixy. We don't know if he's smashing all these. I feel like I said, I feel like for the most part, they're usually single. And they probably do get mad pussy or whatever. And they probably got something. Be careful, honey. Mixy guys, you gotta watch they ass. Okay? Protect yourself. No shade to the mixy man. I'm just saying. You might. Go get tested. Okay. The last but not least, the clingy guy. And this could be, clingy is, there's different types of clingy. Because you got possessive clingy, and that's toxic, that's domestic violence energy that's giving me. And then you got really clingy, like, he's just always up under you. Like, those type of girls who got a boyfriend, like, he'll dead go to girls' night out. Like, that type of girl. I don't know if it's the girl's fault or the guy's fault, but she's the type of girl that'll bring her boyfriend everywhere. To me, he's clingy. Like, he doesn't mind being up under her. Like, he's just super duper clingy. Like, me personally, I'm not interested in that. No. I need my time. Like, I want to be able to chill with my girls and go out, or my family. Or, of course, you could come sometimes if it's a type of event where you're included, where they're like, oh yeah, bring your boo, bring your dude. But like, those type of dudes that's mad clingy, they feel the need to always constantly be up under you. Ugh, that's borderline toxic. That's giving me domestic violence vibes. Like, why you gotta be all up under me? Like, I cannot breathe. Can I breathe? Please. Sometimes I'm clingy. Even I'm not clingy like with my man. Like, he'll watch TV in the living room. Sometimes I watch TV in the room. I don't want to watch what the fuck you watching. Then sometimes I'm really clingy and I'll be like, all over him, all over his face. We watching the same show, watching the same movie. Like, I want to be in your face. I want to be up under you. Like, I'm on that type of wave right now today. But for me, personally, a clingy dude, I think clingy people in general are scary people. So I think anybody who's like super duper clingy scares the fuck out of me. Yeah. Like, so to date a guy who's clingy, some girls like that because they thrive with attention, just love somebody who's gonna constantly, you know, just be on them and under them. Sometimes I like attention. Like, I want it ever so often, but not constantly. You know what I'm saying? Like, where he's just like, everything you do, he want to do. Sometimes I'm like that, though. Like, I'll go to the supermarket and be like, Femi, come with me to the supermarket. Like, you know, but then sometimes I'll go alone. So, I don't know. But a clingy guy is a guy who's going to go and do every single thing with you. Like, literally. Like, he's so fucking clingy. Like, I wonder do clingy guys have friends? Probably not. The clingy guy probably not really, like, he probably got like one good friend. But even when you go to his one good friend house, bitch, you gotta go to. Everybody going. We all going, bitch. I'm clingy. I need to be up under you, touching you all the time. I need to see you. That's crazy. Is clingy and possessive basically the same thing? Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, a clingy person is possessive. Like, I feel like clingy was a cute word for possessive. Because I feel like you, like that's literally what the fuck that shit is. Like, clingy is basically a cute-ass word for possessive to me. Because, like, you can't be clingy and not be possessive. Like, I feel like you can't separate the two. Like, it's virtually impossible to me. Like, shit is not cute. I think a little separation is healthy. I think, clingy, no pros. Okay, let me see if I can find a pro with a clingy dude. Maybe, like, the pro would be, like, clingy. I'm not interested. I mean, I guess the pro would be, like, he just, like, loves you. He likes to touch you and be up under you. I don't know. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. I personally find clingy people scary. So, I probably shouldn't even put this on the list. But the clingy guy was the last guy. And he needed to be at the bottom of the list. And that is the episode. So I did something a little different. Something very light, very fun. I don't know why I came up with this for the season. I was like, I need to talk about something relationship. And I wanted to do something that was like straightforward. Relationship wise, relationship driven. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and if you're streaming, make sure you give it 5 stars and leave a comment. And I will see you guys next week. And next week we're gonna do this, but we're gonna be talking about women. And you know what? Even though I don't date women, I know them. I've met them all. And we're gonna jump into it. So make sure you come back next week to hear. Let me make sure I say it right. Different type of women and how to deal with them. See you guys next week.